All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. This is the first article of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And if we are serious about this article, human rights defenders are our closest allies. They do not fight with weapons. They use the power of words, of compassion, of persistence. They are not the enemy of the state, but a force of good. And this is why 25 years ago, the United Nations adopted a groundbreaking declaration on human rights defenders, recognizing their important contribution to peace, to sustainable development and human rights, and requesting states to protect them and support them. The EU guidelines on the protection of human rights defenders are based on this declaration, and today we assess how EU institutions and member states implement these guidelines. Why is it important? Well, all around the world, human rights defenders are more and more under attack. They are threatened, they are persecuted, they are sometimes even murdered for doing things that we in here have the privilege to take for granted, to fight corruption, to protect local forests, or sometimes even to just dance in the streets. In 2020 alone, 358 human rights defenders were killed. And each and every one of them is a voice that has been silenced, a person that dared to stand up, that dared to believe that change is possible so much that they were willing to give their life for it. You are the only ones who still care. That is what a women's rights defender told me about a year ago in Kabul. And by you, she meant the EU. And yes, she's right. We still make human rights a priority. And at the same time, I was ashamed to hear this from her after we had failed so miserably in Afghanistan. So how can we, the EU, better live up to our ambitions? And that here my report, our report, has many concrete suggestions. Maybe the main one. If we, EU and member states, act together, we can save life and change structures, yet often enough, we just don't do that. So more consistency from country strategy to regular coordination of actions would be a big step forward. And there's more, just a few short examples. We have to work on prevention and become more flexible in our funding. We need to extend our focus to the networks and family of defenders, because often suppressive regimes often deliberately target the families to silence defenders. Visas could be a key tool of support, yet rarely we make use of it. So defenders need easier access to visas. We have to speak more about the many different kinds in which you can defend human rights, about those who support women's rights, about LGBTI activists, about environmental defenders, as well as those who protect the rights of migrants and asylum seekers. They all deserve our protection. And finally, we should be more proud about the support we offer, about the great work our delegations do in the field, because often those who need our support are not aware of the guidelines or of tools such as Protect Defenders, and this needs to change. Dear colleagues, too often we shrug our shoulders when we hear about the challenges human rights defenders face, as if the risks they take simply come with a job. But that's not true. People being harassed, imprisoned, even killed only for defending human rights is something we should never accept. This is the line we need to hold. And I'm confident that this report can guide us, the European Union and member states, to become better allies to our allies on the ground. And then there is one last group of people I want to thank. I know no one more dedicated and courageous in fighting for just and peaceful societies than human rights defenders. You all are crucial to make your communities, your countries, our world a better place. None of this is easy, So just the more, and from all of us, thank you for the work you do.